Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outdoors is our name. You hear the coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitters is our name.
Hey folks, happy Tuesday. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Hope y'all are having a great Tuesday and a good start to your week. As always, I'm Trinity and we're joined tonight by our cohort there, Mr. Woolwine. How you doing, brother?
That's me, bud. I got the thumbs up on the screen already.
I see that, man. Excited about tonight's show. We're going to be joined by a special guest. We have got, you've been hearing about them now for quite a few weeks, but we have got the Bicknell bunch, buddy, going to be joining us tonight. Going to be talking about all the good things they're doing. Be talking about some hunting adventures and some things coming up. So we're pretty excited, man.
He's a good fella. That was the first time I think you had met him there, and I told you he had a good beard.
Yeah, yeah, spot on, brother. Spot on. Yeah, pretty good. We got a lot of folks joining us tonight. We appreciate it so much. We got our Florida family down there. Gator Paul says, "Hey guys, hope you're doing well down there in Florida." Our very own Cameron Hamilton says, "Howdy, I'm early tonight." You sure are, brother. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you this weekend down there. Thanks for all your help down there at the booth. Our number one fan, my mama, says, "Howdy, howdy." Scott, good seeing you this weekend too, man. Appreciate you stopping by and talking to us. Always good. And, buddy, my long-lost cohort right here, this guy who got really everything started for us on the live show, Mr. Thomas Rain, says, "What's happening, guys?" Thank you, man, for stopping in tonight and being with us. He's the guy that made all the live stuff happen, man, and got me all started and everything. Just a lot of good stuff with our buddy Thomas Rainey right there. Thank you. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. So we had a pretty good weekend, man. Pretty good weekend. Didn't get drawn, but overall still a pretty good weekend.
One more year, buddy, of one more year to add to the loyalty draw, I guess, is
That's right.
Positive way to look at it that way.
That's right, brother. So we went down and we were down at the Kentucky Elk Fest. And if you missed a great show if you wasn't there, we had a pretty nice setup, man, and got to talk to a lot of folks. How many cards would you say we passed out? How many hands did we shake?
I don't know. 500. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot.
There was a lot, man. There was a lot. Food was great. No wait at the food at the food booth this year? I mean, everything just
the longest. I went to several food booths. I don't need any comments from you, Justin Tinsley, but I went to several food booths, and the longest I waited was probably 6-8 minutes.
Yep.
Wasn't that way last year, so there was a huge improvement this year.
Yeah, man. We just want to say thank you to Patrick Hayden, the Kentucky Gun Company, Kentucky Park Fish and Wildlife, everybody, man. Everybody for rolling out the red carpet for us. And we sure appreciate it. Oh, and Jill said, let's not forget that good ice cream, man. That ice cream was 5-star.
I never got no ice cream. I think the ice cream was melting too fast or something, and mine, they had to do something with it or it was going to make a mess. So by the time I got to the booth, there was about that much left of a sugar cone.
Yeah, it disappeared pretty fast, man.
But I mean, look at that booth, but I mean, we showing off the TLC Outfitter logo, that Gunlock Hollow logo.
Yep.
We supporting Van Buren Safaris there. That we are partnered up with. Had a couple nice deer heads there, a good impala, elk shed. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a good looking booth.
It was, man. It was a great looking booth, and I'll tell you what, it was a good turnout. And like I said, man, we're excited to be part of it. Richie Bishop right here said, got a first season bull tag, going to need some help. Miss Candace said, this is the bunch to help out. We appreciate that. Thank you. Paul, buddy, and true Justin Fashion said, why don't that surprise anyone? You was at the food, Matt.
Hey, Paul, I mean, you don't get to show off this girlish figure without eating a whole lot.
He said, I said it for Justin.
Hey, with friends like these, you don't need enemies, right? Ain't that what they say?
That's right, man. That's right. So we appreciate y'all very much, man. It's a good time. I mean, 500 names went across the big screen that got a Kentucky elk tag this year. Gosh, I don't know how many names, man, for prizes and everything. I can't believe your lucky tail didn't get anything, but none of us got drawn. But still yet, man, even without winning, it was good stuff. So
I guess my luck ran out last year with winning 2 guns. And, I can't believe that they reached in that hat about 800 times this weekend. And, 500 bull tags, plus 250 guns, plus the ATVs and the side-by-sides and the commissioner tags and hunts and things like that. So about 800 times they pulled a name out of there, and mine wasn't one ever. Yeah,
that's such a shame that finally you didn't get drawn for something. I hate that for you, big guy. Our buddy John Pruitt right there, old Turkey Slayer, says, good seeing you. It's good seeing you all this weekend too, man. This man right here was lucky. He pulled one of those guns down there. So our buddy Paul, we got to see him down there. Good to see you this weekend down there in Bardstown, Paul. We're going to remove that, man. And I tell you what, we got a nice little surprise this weekend, man. And it was kind of coincidental. We walked outside. We was loading up the truck there Friday night. We looked up, man, at the moon, had a little bit of that pink tint. And I was like, man, the sun's already set. What's going on? And you said, just out of joking, you said what?
Because I don't watch the news. I don't watch if I'm watching television, it's a hunting show or it's YouTube watching hunting shows, basically. And so I mean, I never watched the news or anything. And you looked up and you said, I wonder what that is. And I looked up and I said, that's almost like the Northern Lights in Kentucky. And sure enough, look what we got there.
we got the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, man. It was awesome, dude. Yeah. And I remembered that morning, they said that there was a geomagnetic storm coming through or something when you said that. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. And the colors, you know, I've seen these things in way up in Canada, 10 and a half, 11 hours in Canada, where it's like a light switch and they whip out across the sky and everything. But man, these colors was just as good as anything I ever seen up north, man. And it was pretty. And that's right there in central Kentucky. That right there is at the Woolwine Farms.
There's a lot of people posting pictures of this on the internet, and probably was expecting these lights to show up, and so they got their big $15,000 and $20,000 zooming lenses on their cameras and set up, and really took a lot of pictures. But I mean, buddy, you took these with an iPhone.
That's right.
And it's something we talk about all the time is people wanting to get started in videoing their hunts and stuff, and capturing those memories on video. And you don't have to have a big $high camera. You can get right out there. You got one of the best tools right there in your pocket. And Lord knows everybody carries that thing everywhere they go. So whip it out out there in the woods and start capturing some of this wildlife on video and sharing it with us.
And almost everything we do is with an iPhone, like you said.
I mean, everything we do. I mean, we went out and bought cameras and we don't even use them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the best camera that most of us will have is the iPhone that we've got. So man, it was awesome to see. I'm glad we got to capture it. It was pretty good stuff.
You're only showing a couple pictures here, but you took a lot, and there was it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, man, it was great, dude. I'm very very blessed we got to see that. To say
what's crazy to me is you can still see the stars showing through all that. So that was pretty neat, I thought.
Yeah. Our very own Nathan Gerald. So let's hear what Matt won this year. Out.
Nathan, I don't know what happened, buddy. They
caught up with him, buddy.
They sent out a petition all over the state, and they said, if you do not want Matt to win a gun or anything this year, you need to sign this petition. And it come back with like 3 million signatures on it. I don't know why people's putting me down like that.
That's what happens in the elk draw with me. They draw my name out, and they's like, too much of a killer there, and they throw him back in. That's what I think. Just saying. Man can't put in every year except one and not get drawn for some reason, right?
Like I said, just added one more year to our loyalty draw program, so maybe next year, buddy.
That's right. That's right. But I'll tell you, since turkey season's went out, we don't have a whole lot. Let's see.
Hey, speaking of that loyalty draw, I know you got 22 years, right?
Yeah, I put in 2001, missed 2002, and started back in 2003 and haven't missed one.
Yeah, I think that adds up to 22. I've got 21 years, and we had at least 2 people stop by our booth this weekend down there at the Elk Fest and claim that they had 23 years. So those 2 folks are definitely knocking on the bull tag door, or knocking on the elk tag door as we speak.
That's right. Nathan says they had it out for you. It sounds like you have won too much in the past. That's right, Nathan. That's right. Tell him. Our buddy from Marcy Creek Outfitters, Jake Atkins, said, save the elk. That's what they're doing, man. They draw our names. They just throw them back in there. They're like, nah, that's a guaranteed kill right there.
Wonder where you got that trumpeter swan at.
Hey, we need to talk to that dude. That's on the list right there. That's on the list. I know where he got it from, and he does that right there. So, yeah. Cameron Hamilton says they seen all the turkeys I killed this year and knew the elk wouldn't be safe. Marcy Creek Outfitters, Jake Atkins said, I got the hook up on swans and sitka deer in Maryland. Something else we've been eyeballing. No, get out of here. You just long for the ride.
I just drive, buddy.
Yeah. Sandy and Carl Harney said, Matt, you should have been top.
Thanks, Sandra.
Yeah, buddy, I tell you, I don't know. I can't even get my own people to back me. They backing you. I guess my people are your people, right?
I would hope so after 20 years.
That's right.
I don't even want to talk about that guy.
Let's talk about this guy. Who got a bull firearm tag? Who got a gun? Justin Tinsley.
Who got $800 worth of bullets to shoot out of that gun that was given to him?
Yeah.
I mean, what a giveaway, buddy. What a giveaway.
Doubt. Yeah. We're going to put in this year for the Swan in North Carolina. That's right, brother. And Corey Evans says, hey, guys, love the cast. How about the plus and minus on elk units? New and no longer ones. Yeah, man, I tell you what, bro, it is. And you talking about our regulated areas. I mean, it is. It's going to be something. It's going to be something. Going to be interesting this year. We got a lot of new areas. We got some areas people are super familiar with. It's no longer an RA. Going to be interesting to say the least. Justin Tinsley said haters.
No, buddy, it was a good giveaway. I mean,
yeah, it's fantastic.
I mean, you got a, I don't know, $1,800 gun or something like that, $800 worth of bullets, and
you see who messaged you first, Justin. I'm not going to say on air what was said when your name flashed across the screen right there. I mean, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who told you, and you know who was willing to go to bat for. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Justin, I'm jealous, Jill says. But let's get our we say we get our special guests on here. They've been waiting on us.
Let's do it, buddy.
Mr. Jay Bicknell from the Bicknell Bunch.
How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Great. Blessed more than I deserve.
That's all of us, brother. You know, all I've heard about for weeks now is the Bicknell beard, brother. The Bicknell beard. Looking good, my man. And the Bicknell beard.
While y'all start off, I got to grab something real quick.
All right. If we're talking about the Bicknell beard, brother, we got to talk about Trampoline beard oil. Ain't that right?
That's exactly right. My buddy Brian, and he makes that, and I use the beard balm every day. Absolutely love
good stuff. That's good stuff, man. I love it. So big shout out to our buddy Brian, Trampoline beard oil. We appreciate everything he does for everything. Jill still going on said, Justin said, Jill texted you suck to tell me. Who do you think who do you think that was to get that to happen there, Justin? And our buddy from Trampoline is right here. Said, I'm here for y'all. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. See what John Pruitt said. There was a lot of talk this past weekend on elk populations. What y'all seeing down there? Y'all feel is climbing steady, man. You know, you'll get different varying opinions on this. You know, the department stance is 10,600 elk. Here's what I feel like. I feel like there's been a lot of positives that we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. You know, we've seen those numbers come down to 594, and now for this year, 500. So every tag taken off, you know, off the availability is a positive and helping us move to the right way. We're seeing habitat improvement. You know, Fish and Wildlife is back on the board with prescribed burns, you know, autumn olive eradication, a lot of things like that. Autumn olive has taken over in eastern Kentucky and has taken up a lot of grazing lands. So As far as population numbers, I'm not going to sit here and vouch and say there's 10,600 or there's 5,000 or there's 20,000. I'm not going to do that. What I do know is that there's some steps made in the right direction to get us headed, to jerk this big Clydesdale around in the right direction. And I feel like there's a lot of good things going on. As far as population numbers, we can all sit here and speculate. We can all sit here. Matt and I had a good conversation. We ain't gonna go into it here on air tonight. We had a little bit of a couple back and forth today. That's something that we've been talking about now for a couple years. But there's a lot of things that affect elk population, but hopefully it's in the right direction now. So, Jay, man, wanted to bring you on for the Bicknell Bunch brag board, baby. The Bicknell Bunch brag board. Now, it ain't full of turkeys this week, but I got a little fella I want to showcase on here. One of my co-workers' sons, and he's an up-and-coming hunter. Now, he's a young fella, so he's still getting out there. His grandpa's big into the outdoors, but that's my little buddy Tanner Murphy. And little Tanner's got a little bit of naturalness in him right here. And you can't tell what he's got in his hand, but he's got a crawdad there, and he's got a little audience right there, and he's telling them all about them crawdads, man. And he was proud of them crawdads he got down in the creek. And if this don't take us all back to our childhood, I don't know what does, getting in the creek and catching crawdads. So just a big shout out from the Bicknell Bunch brag board on them crawdads there by Tanner Murphy.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man. Good deal. Good deal. Who you got there with you, Jay?
That's Joel.
That's Joel.
Yeah.
So, man, getting down to it, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody. We're going to be talking about some elk. We're going to be talking about some up-and-coming stuff, but we want to talk about Bicknell Bunch Outdoors. Introduce yourself. Tell us how you got into the outdoors and how you become the Bicknell Bunch Outdoors.
Well, my name's Jay Bicknell, and I guess my dad took me squirrel hunting probably when I was about 5 or 6, and was hooked after that. And then I think I was in the 3rd grade, and I got a big LHU pointer. And after that, it was just, I've always had some kind of dog, and I'm bird dog and retrievers, mainly retrievers these days. Got a couple bird dogs, but and just been, love the outdoors. And the way we become the Bicknell Bunch is, we got 6 kids. We got 3 boys and 3 girls. And so I figured, kind of off the Brady Bunch, we would be the Bicknell Bunch. And, married to a wonderful woman for about 26 years now, and 6 kids, and she's still here. So she's a good one.
Yep. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. So really the outdoors was a way of life for you too.
Yep. Yeah. I grew up I always lived on a farm, and then, so it was always out and about. We had had a Nintendo back then, but, if we wasn't in school, we were out fishing on the creek. Yeah. Put the one thing, the other one on top of the other one. Those days. And then actually, which I don't use it now, a little while, but it ended up, I went to EKU and got a wildlife management degree, and did some tech work for Fish and Wildlife, and then went to Division of Water and was an environmental biologist there for a while. So it's in my blood. My mom was a biology teacher, and my dad was a horticulture teacher for a little while, and then he went to work for the railroad. But that's how I grew up, and and I'm a dog, or just dogs has been a big part. I feel like we duck hunt a lot nowadays, and I'm like, if you duck hunting without a dog is like fishing without a pole to me. So
yeah. And talking about that a little bit right here, before we move on, I hope everybody will take the chance to go over to your Facebook page and give you a follow, man. A lot of uplifting things, a lot of good, positive stuff. We live in a time where positive stuff sometimes is few and far in between, but a lot of positive stuff coming from the Bicknell Bunch Outdoors and this page right here. And if you're having a bad day, I really urge everybody to head on over, give this a follow, read what you put on there every day. I'll give you a little example of that as of this morning right here. This was your post, said, "Good Tuesday morning. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Have a blessed day, man." And just a lot of good positive things to live by, and we're thankful for that.
I appreciate
that's every morning. Everybody can use a little encouragement for the day, and that's good to see first thing when you get up, and you look at that phone and that pops up. So everybody that's watching us, everybody that's not watching us and sees this at a later date, head over to Bicknell Bunch and follow them, because I promise you there's going to be a morning at 6 a.m. when you wake up one day where you're like, man, I'm not looking forward to the day. And then you're gonna see a post by Jay pop up there, and you're going to be like, I think I can do this. This will be all right.
Yep. That's right, man.
Appreciate it. I started the Facebook page, and then I kind of and then there was one morning I got woke up, and it was the good Lord, and said, "Come on out on the porch," and we talked, and and that's what it's kind of turned into, like a little bit of a ministry. And then we and the world is so divided. I try not to do anything that's going to be, divide. Sometimes the vegans get me a little upset when I get my stuff flagged. I can't even put up a turkey picture of me and the boys anymore. It gets flagged. And so, but
on Facebook?
Yeah. Every turkey picture I put up almost this year has been flagged, and the reels.
Once they get your number, buddy, once they, you know what? Here's my outlook on it. If they're flagging everything you do, you must be doing something right.
Yeah. So
because the folks that are in charge of all that and the powers that be that run all that, they don't want the good to come through. So if you're getting flagged for everything you do, it just means you're doing something right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff,
hey,
mate.
Real quick. A couple of weeks back, y'all may remember me talking about going and signing up and getting the membership to the National Trappers Association. And, it's just one of those things that we support. $35 a year or whatever it is. And, I waste more than that on Snickers bar, and I don't even like Snickers bar in a year. But got my first edition of the American Trapper magazine about 2 days ago. This comes with your membership. And lo and behold, open it up and look right back here in the back, and you got Trap Line Beard Oil Company right there. So
yeah. That's all right.
Check that out. Go online. Look, whether it's Trapping Association, whether it's Ducks Unlimited, NWTF, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Quail Forever, whatever your passion is, go on there, spend $35, $50 a year, become a member, let those funds go, and do something that benefits you and the future of wildlife.
And who did you hook up with this weekend, Matt? That was straight across from us. BHA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Backwoods Hunters and Anglers. I actually supported them, bought a little bit of their merchandise. I should have wore that shirt tonight, but maybe next week.
Yeah, BHA, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. That's awesome.
Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So very good. Now,
speaking of trapping, and the turkey season ending, something that we've done here with my boys, they do most of it, is a lot of the dog-proof trapping, and we've seen our turkey poults just sky. We've seen more than we've ever saw, and we actually killed 7 off his farm this year. And then they were out a couple of days ago and heard 5 or 6 more goblins. So I'm a believer if you get out there and trap the egg eaters.
That's right.
Yeah. Put a hurt on them raccoons for sure. And there's not that many coon hunters anymore. Whether it be because spurs are down or because people are just getting lazier and maybe they just don't have the property to hunt. But whatever the case is, raccoon population has absolutely exploded here recently. My son here on our property, and this property is only 49 acres. On this property, James caught 30 raccoons in dog proofs in 1 year. And that was when he was 15 years old. It's not like we're professional trappers or nothing. It's not like he really knew what he was doing. It's not, I just showed him how to set a trap. He went out and ran that trap line by himself, caught 30 raccoons plus, some possums and different stuff. But 30 raccoons off of a 49-acre farm in 1 year by a 15-year-old boy that didn't really know what he was doing. It just tells you there's too many of them.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Talking about the page a little bit more, man. Matt and I both are beekeepers. I'm a fourth-generation beekeeper, and I really like this stuff right here. And you done a couple things right here. Proverbs 16:24. Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. And man, just all kinds of uplifting stuff on your page.
Hey, so them bees was last night, and my brother-in-law, he's getting into the beekeeping, and we went over and we're learning. I'm actually sitting back watching and put the GoPro on him, but the way we're in that tree, he had a hard time. He's having to kind of scoop them out because the people wanted them gone. So he got them all, but he only got stung 14 times. So, so I was like, I'm going to sit back and watch. You do that part of it.
I wish I had that
with
picture.
Him. I'm not laughing at him, Jay. I'm laughing with him. But unfortunately for him, in all the years that I had bees there, I probably didn't get stung 14 times total.
They was eating his ankles up. He had the suit on up to his, from waist up, and man, they were one ankle. They just loved it, I think. Yeah. And so he got lit up there. Yeah. But I guess I told him I'll sit back and he can learn, and I'll learn from him while he's doing that stuff. So, but they were probably not right down the road from you. They were on the Waco side. Well, yeah, they were on Kennedy Lane. So.
Oh, I know where Kennedy Lane is. Yep. I've had two memorable bee stings in my life. One was in this eye, and one was in this eye.
Oh.
And son, I'll tell you what, that is not where you want to get stung. I promise you that.
I'll tell you what, if I can find that picture, I'm gonna get it up here. And that's many days after. Yeah. Now you were talking about some of your other stuff. Let's talk about this right here. Let's talk about all the good work you do with the Kentucky Wounded Warriors.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
Wounded Heroes.
So we've been doing turkey hunts quite a few years, Wounded Warrior turkey hunts, and then there's like Eddie King. He's a friend of mine, and he's on staff. He's a combat veteran, so he got on there, and he introduced me to him, and so that's who we teamed up with, and awesome organization. And they also, police, first responders, and we actually, our last hunt, we took a Lexington police officer, but you need to check out Kentucky Wounded Heroes. None of the staff, none of them's paid, so every dime that goes to them, it goes to the mission. There's nobody paid that's on the staff or any of them. So it's all volunteer, and it's a great organization, and they help a lot of people.
Jay, you invited Trinity and I out to see what this was all about that weekend, and unfortunately it was short notice, and we just couldn't make it this year. But this is definitely something that we want to look into, Trinity, and maybe see if we can't be a part of this next year, or if they have some other event between now and then, let us know with as much notice as you can.
Yeah, and hopefully we can maybe do something together. I talked to them about what y'all got going on and stuff, but they we did the pheasant. Well, I went and run my dogs on a pheasant hunt they did, and they are always doing something and getting people out. So, I mean, it's a great organization, and I've worked with other ones, but there's some of them organizations where that's awesome, Sandra. That you give them $1 and like a dime goes to the mission and 90 cents goes to the somebody else's pocket, and I got a kid here wanting to move, so give me just so it's 100% goes to the mission.
That is awesome, man. Now you also we talked about, I want to show you this little video clip right here. You're talking about you do a lot with some dogs as well, and let me show you this right here. Pretty neat little short clip. You got a couple pups in training right there?
Well, one of them, the little black and white German short hair, she's mine, and she's young. She'll be good to go this fall. The pointer belonged to a friend of mine. I broke him, and then I was needing him to actually for that pheasant hunt and stuff, so I picked him up and kept him a few weeks and worked him. So, but yeah, bird dogs and retrievers. When I was a kid, I used to could get into 3 or 4 coveys, in a day, and a lot of the farming practices has changed, and the kind of quail populations are way down.
Under strife.
What's that?
They're under strife.
Yeah. Yes. And so I got into duck hunting, and we do a lot of that. Got the retrievers, and this boy right here, he's got a dog named Mojo, and I mean I've had some good dogs, and I had one named Teal, and she was like my favorite dog of all time. But I'm afraid that Mojo's going to beat her.
Now, do you do training? Do you just train your own dogs, or?
I don't. I do train. I used to train a lot for other people, and I've kind of slowed down a little bit. But I will take a dog here and there.
Yeah. Okay. Now we were talking about those bees there earlier about Matt getting stung. This was days after. Okay, it's several days after, but you're gonna be able to see. You look at that left eye right there. That left eye still. We were out doing some turkey hunting and doing some mushroom finding, some hunting and gathering, and you see old noggin right there swelled up pretty good. Oh goodness.
Them bees was on a fence post, and old fence posts that had barbed wire all just wrapped all in it, and that's where them bees was. And buddy, I couldn't get them out of that barbed wire for nothing.
Yeah. Now we've had a lot of people ask about the elk hunting stuff and everything. We're talking to Jay Bicknell and the Bicknell bunch tonight about all the good stuff that they got going on. This time last summer, we put on a 4-part series, 4 shows. We basically took you from the time that you got drawn all the way to the taxidermy process. We took you through picking areas. We took you through hunting strategy, calling. We had Fish and Wildlife on. We took you through process and taxidermy and everything. I urge everybody to go back. It was last year during this time. No way we can outdo those shows. Go back if you got questions about elk hunting. Check that out. It talks about do-it-yourself hunts. It talks about choosing an outfitter. It talks about RAs. It talks about the whole 9 yards. Go back and check that out on Iron Outdoors 2023. This time last year, right after the draw, 4-part series. If you got an elk tag, you're not going to regret going back. And if you got an elk tag, you're watching this and you gave us a call, be patient with us. I don't take calls during the day, during work hours. When I'm at work, I keep that separate. So I'll call you in the evenings and at night. So just bear with us. If people's out there telling you that they're booking up fast, either they're not taking that many or they're trying to get you to sign fast. We don't do that here. If you call us and you've talked to us, we hold you a spot until you tell us yay or nay. I'm not going to rush you. If I have to rush you to get you to hunt with us, I don't need you to hunt with us. So no rush. I want you to be absolute 100% sure we're the right fit for you, and don't let nobody else rush you either. Justin says, Matt, move some beard hair on your head.
Hey, I told y'all, I don't know if you can tell yet or not, but Jay there, he's kind of inspired me to grow my beard back out.
See, I'm the same way as you. And what I'm doing, I'm going to grow it out, and then I'm going to comb it over.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
We all can't be blessed like Chris Stapleton.
Mine's going. It's going. I've been hanging out with you two.
Where he's got it on the top and on the bottom.
Yep. That's right. Now let's talk a little bit, Matt and Jay, about what's coming up. The season's coming up. We mentioned it, but boy, it's the 14th. What we got coming up this week?
But we got a couple things. We got a couple of my favorite things, actually. You know, I've been, of course, everybody knows, you know, with the whole thermal thing, the whole coyote thing going on. You know, everybody knows that I've gotten into that pretty hot and heavy, and I really enjoy coyote hunting. And I've always enjoyed coyote hunting, but the thermal has really reinvigorated my passion for it, I guess you could say. But man, I've been frog gigging since I was probably 5 years old or less. And frog gigging brings back so many memories for me. My grandfather, spending a lot of time when I was growing up with him and being out there on them big farms and frog gigging them farm ponds and things. Man, I really enjoy getting out there and getting after them frogs. And it, you know, back then it was gig them with a gig, shoot them with a 22 rifle. And then on up into college there, it got to where I was shooting them with recurves and longbows, which was really fun. And, you know, that was right around the time me and you first met, Trinity. And then it went into just catching them with their hands. And I don't know, I just enjoy being out there. There's a lot, you know, Mom always said, and I'm sure your mother told you the same thing, nothing good happens after dark. Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock. Nothing good happens after midnight. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens after midnight that won't get you in trouble. And so you just got to be mature enough, which probably took me a little while to get there, but you got to be mature enough to decide which ones will get you in trouble and which ones won't get you in trouble. And so, yes, frog gigging, man. I'll tell you, I love that.
Yeah. And man, the food source. I mean, people sometimes gets it in their head that, oh, I can't eat a frog. I can't do. Man, the food, the protein from them frogs. That frog legs are good. If you've not had them, you're missing out. And you can buy farm raised frogs, and they're okay, but they're nothing like the real deal, the wild caught ones, man, the harvested ones. I mean, it's different as daylight and dark. It's just like catfish. You go to Catfish Pay Pond or you go, you know, you buy them from the store. It's nothing like what you get out of the lakes and the rivers.
You show up to my house about 3 a.m., sometime before the middle of June when the water starts getting warm, you show up to my house about 3 a.m. and let me skin them fresh frog legs out and throw them straight in the skillet and make you some hush puppies, some cornbread, some gravy. Son, I'm telling you right now, the only better combination besides fried frog legs and biscuits and gravy for breakfast, the only better combination was Pete Rose and Johnny Bench. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Jay, you got a couple frog giggers right there?
Yeah, well, the main ones are not here. The one Jake, he left, but I'd say he'll be going this year. I don't think she's ever been. Have you been? You haven't been yet. He'll probably go this year. Hey, and I do want to thank Matt. Here's Joel, and I tell you what, you made his day getting to talk to him about his turkeys, because we come in there to the BP and you made his day and give him the koozie and stuff. So I appreciate that. That just kind of wanting to brag about what he done. Thank you for that.
Well, listen, I love being out there, and Trinity knows this. I mean, me and Trinity have been friends for 20 plus years, but it's never been about me being the one to pull the trigger. It's never been that way. I've never had that attitude. I've always just wanted to be part of it. We would squirrel hunt up there in college, and he'd go a mile out that ridge, and I'd go a mile out that ridge, and I would call him on a 2-way radio, and I'd say, "Where are you at?" And he'd say, "I'm way over here, 2 miles away from you." I say, "Can you get over here? There's 2 squirrels in a tree, and I need you to kill them." And I just like being out there, and I like being part of it. And yeah, I like to harvest something every now and then, but for me, it's more about those experiences and enjoying nature and enjoying that with people that enjoy the same thing. And so glad to meet you guys, and hopefully this is a beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and this turkey season, it was a pretty cool turkey season. So I called him into his first turkeys, and then opening morning, my 14-year-old, I called him one in, and then the 16-year-old, he called another one in for his brother, and then so I see, and then he called in his 2 himself, and then the one turkey I got, my 16-year-old called it in. He don't need me no more. It's kind of it hurts a little, but it's also proud to see him. He loves being. Well, all of them do, like outside, and he called that. I never even touched the call, and he did call in some more for me. It should have been 2, but I had a bad shell in my gun, and it didn't go off. And he's like, "Dad, you had one job. I did mine. You had one job." But he pretty cool to see him grow up and love what I've loved all these years. And to be honest with you, my oldest is a lot better turkey hunter than me, and he absolutely just gets into calling, and I sit there and be quiet and let him do it.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Hey, Jay, you guys need to check out Burley Co., the Burley Co. Custom Calls.
Uh-huh.
That's a really good friend of mine. Hopefully somebody that would say I was a good mentor when he was growing up, and he's got his own call company, and they're out of Winchester. So need to check those guys out. And Trinity will vouch for me here. I mean, I think they make one of the best pot calls on the planet.
Yep. It sure it definitely brought quite a few gobblers to their end this year.
Hey, do you care? Wants to say something? Is that all right?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely, sir. Man. Yeah.
Turkey, we wouldn't be on this podcast.
Yep.
That's right, man. That's right. Congratulations to you, man.
And see, my wife, my wife homeschools the kids. She's a hospice nurse, and she's a lot smarter than me. But So he was outside one day, like during, I guess it was around noon, and then heard one gobbling over behind her house, and he's already tagged out. So he run in and told his brothers, and the 16-year-old, that's when he called the second one in from a 14-year-old. So that's that's the first time he kind of been good. They wasn't fighting. It's when they're hunting, they're not fighting. So I try to keep outside all the time.
That's awesome. Way to go, man. We're proud of you. We're proud of your whole clan there, and all the good stuff you do. Folks, we've got
them old frogs are croaking now, Trendy, across the road there.
Yeah. There's 2 or 3 of them we heard there the other night. So getting ready. Right here, folks. I mean, we say it all the time. And we got to meet a lot of good folks at the show this weekend. Got to show some of this stuff off. Right here, coming up in a couple of days, May the 16th through June 30th. That gives you a month and a half. We have got the state-of-the-art 640s from Rick's Thermal Optics. We got all the stuff. All you got to do is show up, and we're going to take you out for a night that you're not going to forget, man. We're going to take you for some thermal coyote hunting, and it is you don't have to battle the cold. I mean, mate, you know, that one hunt we went on, it was so cold. I mean, it was all we could do, you know, to stay out there. But you don't have to battle the cold.
This summer season's going to be a whole lot different than that winter season.
That's right. So, you know, as always, if you book tonight by midnight, we're going to knock $25 off your booking, and we have a 100% opportunity rate. The harvest is up to you. So, you know, we arranged the meeting. The rest is up to you. So I hope you'll take advantage of this. It is good stuff. If you're on the fence about thermals, if you're looking for a good thermal company, let us show you what Rick's Thermal Optics has to offer. I'm going to tell you right now, they're right there with anything you can think of. Only thing better may be that 1280.
Yeah,
$18,000 if you want to, you know, if you got that laying around somewhere, you want to drop on one. But if you don't, these 640s are pretty good, and we've got all the stuff. So we'll hope that you'll let us show you what we got. And next week we are going to have Dustin Williams from Rick's Thermal Optics. That guy killed over 500 coyotes last year with Rick's Thermal Optics. 500. There's only 365 days.
That's right. 365 days in a year, folks. And one man killed over 500. So evidently you can see pretty good through them things.
That's right. Let's see what else we got. I wanted to pop up our good buddies there if I can get it to pop up right here, folks. Go over to Trapline Beard Oil, give them a follow, and you might say, well, you don't know. Yes, I do. Right there it is, folks.
I use it every morning. Best stuff on the market.
Golly, dude.
Hey, look right there. 337 likes, folks. 492 followers. If half of our followers would go over there and check out their page there and hit all them buttons you're supposed to hit in order to like somebody, I don't know how that works, but if half of the people that follow TLC would go over there and help out Trapline Beard Oil, we sure appreciate it.
And I know Brian would be very appreciative too.
And Brian is an awesome guy. I've kind of been with backing us since we kind of got rolling, and I bet I talk to him about every day, and he is one good dude. So
how did you and Brian meet, Jay? Tell us a little bit of backstory on that.
I think I seen he's seen his stuff on I was looking for a beard balm because I wasn't liking what I was using, and I think I've seen him on Facebook, and I reached out to him, and then I got some in the mail, and and it just like, we kind of become friends, and I haven't met him in person. We talk on the phone or text or stuff like that, but he's planning on supposed to come in during trapping season, and me and him and the boys are going to trap some bobcats here on the farm. So that's the plan anyway.
Hey, we want to be involved in that if at all possible.
Definitely.
Yeah, when he's here, we want to be there if that's okay with you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian, I think it's the best product on the market, but it also is, the guy behind it is an awesome guy too. So it's a win-win.
God,
And he's
man,
probably the cheapest too.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, I got the lumberjack. I mean, the smell. I mean, it's great, dude. I've used a lot of different stuff, and that's great stuff.
I'll tell you what it ended up doing, because especially if you get a long beard, you'll be going like this all day long, and smelling your beard because it smells so good. So, and I use the sweet tobacco.
I don't know how many scents there is, but there's a list that long of anything and everything you could ever want.
Hey, and I'll tell you, he's got the buck snort. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like a acorn scent. And I actually tested it. I put it on a rag, and I put my hands all over that rag and put it on a rag by a trail camera. And the deer, I got pictures of bucks and stuff coming up and rubbing on that rag. And I mean, I had touched it, handled it, and then put that stuff on there. And there was deer all around it for days.
Wow.
That's what you call a beard balm right there.
Yeah, it's a cover scent. It's actually, and you might have it in a balm. It's an oil, but it smells great. And I tell you though, it does. I used it, and I was sitting there deer hunting, and the whole time I'm like, man, this smells pretty good. So, good stuff.
Matt talking about that trapping, he's wondering if he could get an old day skunk beard balm. He got that white going on each side there, that stripe.
I don't need that Pepe Le Pew scent.
Oh, good
deal. This is what 6 kids do to you right here. It used to be dark, but now it's all.
I didn't have a stitch of gray before I met my wife. I'll just be honest with you.
Everybody go over and give him a follow. We popped it up right there, folks. Go see it. Trapline Beard Oil LLC. He said we'll appreciate it. Be here in November. He said, I have it on both. Very good.
This is what the listeners get.
Yeah, he's wanting to show you.
Yeah, man, look at that.
Is that your first one, Joe? Is that from your first one?
First 2. He's got they were Jake's, and he's got his beards. And
that's what the real turkey hunter gets.
I
There's
love
a little bit of competition between him and his brothers. So.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Better. And Jake got a turkey. His first turkey was a Jake.
Yes. So, yeah, a lot of competition. So.
Yeah. Speaking of them Jakes and them turkeys and any decoy needs you may have, go over and give our good friends at Global Outdoors Hunting Decoys a follow too, man. They've got anything. I show them week in and week out. We love it. Tested and tried this season. Anything that you can think of. There's the turkey. There's the whitetail. Wiley. Sandhill cranes that I apologize that I forgot to take. And the realism to these things, man, it is scary how realistic. Oh, Mr. Gray Squirrel. The Global Outdoor Decoys right there, folks. Give them a follow. Check them out.
Switch over to his goose decoys because we want to go all silhouettes because the big ones are so hard to carry in and out. And I think we're going to try to switch over to all silhouettes of his. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he was on like one of the talk shows here. I watched not talk shows, like a local news channel talk show. He made it on there, I think last week.
Hey, same thing, folks. 599 likes, 675 followers. If we can get half of those TLC folks to go over there and hit a few buttons, I'm sure they'd appreciate that.
Homegrown. This is homegrown. It's all right here. I mean, he's originally from Martin County, Kentucky, and lives in Central Kentucky now. I mean, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, fellas, that's about all I've got tonight. What y'all got in closing, man? What you got for us, Jay? What else we need to talk about?
Man, I appreciate getting y'all letting me on here, and I can't wait till we can get to and go on a little adventure and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. And then also, like I believe Matt, you'd walked away before we got on here. I got 2 hats in my truck. I feel like I'll run into you at the Waco BP at some point in time, and I'll hand them off to you.
Next time Trinity comes down, maybe this weekend, if we can get him down here early enough, we'll come over here to the house and grill out. I mean, your boys, your girls, your wife, whatever, whoever wants to come.
Okay.
We'll all get together and sit around a little fire and eat some s'mores. I'm sure Joe will eat a s'more too.
Oh yeah,
they're good.
Yep.
Good deal, man.
Go frog gigging and then have s'mores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like him. I like that boy more and more.
That's right. I like how he thinks. That's for sure. So, Matt, what you got in closing?
Get out there and do something, whether it's right or wrong. Get out there and do something.
It was nice.
And I'll tell you something too. If anybody watching, get these youngins outside.
That's right.
Because they're a future off the and out the woods.
This we talk about this frog gigging, we talk about squirrel hunting, we talk about this coyote hunting, we talk about all this stuff. And these are the seasons that really educate your kids and give them the woodsmanship that they need in order to be good outdoorsmen for the big game. So get them out there, let them frog gig, get them out there, let them fish, get them out there, let them squirrel hunt, let them do all that stuff. Take them along, let them tag along. They're not going to interrupt your day out there doing that. I promise you.
Absolutely not. Now, Joel, like this past winter, he duck hunted with us, and he took his BB gun. And I tell you, that is the best way, I think, to learn gun safety and then get him. And then he shot his first turkey with that shotgun, and that's because he shot that BB gun in practice, and he figured it out. And so I'm a firm believer in a little BB gun, and when they go with you and let them shoot at them a little bit with that BB gun too. So
I did kill a duck with the BB gun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, guys, that's all I've got. Appreciate you so much, Jay. Thanks for your time. Thanks for everything y'all do.
I appreciate it. And look forward to meeting you guys and getting on an adventure of some sort.
Yeah. Many adventures to come. Yeah. Folks, that's all we got tonight. We appreciate it very much. We will see you back here hopefully next week. Remember, if you want to know the creator, look at the creation, man. And I mean, we've had the Northern Lights. We've had all kinds of good stuff going on, a great spring. I headed into hopefully a good summer. And we got 2 great seasons for you to get the entire family out. We got thermal night hunts coming up for coyotes. We got frog gigging season coming up this weekend. So I hope you will get the family out and enjoy. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Remember, next week, we're going to be joined by Dustin Williams from Rick's Thermal Optics. We're going to be showcasing all that. We're going to be showing you lots of stuff. If you had any questions about Rick's Thermal Optics or thermal night hunting in general, this guy killed over 500 coyotes in 2023. That's a feat that not a lot of people can do, and killed it all with thermal equipment. So join us next week. right here on air and outdoors with TLC Outfitters. We'll see you soon.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian